National Park Nighthawk Softball is on the Nighthawk Network, your official home for Nighthawk athletics this season. We're here with the coach, Coach Autumn Wyatt. Coach, welcome back to the chair. It's been a while since we've talked to you, but things have stayed really busy with Nighthawk Softball. You've recently completed your fall exhibition schedule, and we want to get a kind of a sneak peek at what we're going to see out of this team come January. So 15-11 in the fall, coming off of a very good year last year, finishing up in May, one of the best years that we've ever seen in this Nighthawk softball program. And coming into the off season, what were some of the gaps or maybe the things that you felt like this team needed to go the extra mile, reach new heights? And maybe what are some of the things that we've done in order to kind of find some of those answers this season?
I think really what told us where our gaps were last year was the regional tournament. I think it became very obvious in that tournament that whoever had the deepest pitching staff was going to win that tournament. So I think that's where we really identified the gap in our depth was on the pitching side. We did have some pitchers who had been battling some injuries throughout the year, which made it a little bit tougher to get them the innings that I know that they wanted to get in. So I think on the pitching side, we had that gap that we have had to fill, and then we just had a really strong sophomore class last year, full of all region members, and they had some pretty big shoes that we had to fill. So what we did is we hit the recruiting trail hard, and we also were able to get some transfers. So we used a combination of incoming freshmen, 4-year transfers, and 2-year transfers to kind of fill those needs. And I think we're in a pretty good spot this year to where when it comes to region tournament that we're going to be able to really compete deep into that tournament.
Started the fall season 2-6, maybe a slower start than maybe what you were expecting for this program. But as soon as the calendar turned to October, this team turned it around, going 13-5 to close out the fall season. What sparked that rally for this team at that point during the fall?
I think it was very obvious in our first series against CBC that we were still getting to know each other. We have 11 new faces on the team this year and only 6 returners, so we already outnumber the experienced players in that aspect. So I think those first couple games was really just figuring out each other, gelling on the field, us figuring out as coaches who works well together, what order in the lineup they need to be in. So it was really kind of experimenting those first couple games, and I think the turning point really happened when we had our travel team round robin. So there's the first weekend of October. I told the girls, hey, we're playing 5 games in 2 days. It's going to be pretty grueling, and what we really wanted to accomplish is to not only play some good competition and recruit on the other side of it, but really show those recruits and travel ball organizations what we're doing here at NPC. And our big thing was play hard, show them what NPC softball is all about, and just showing our program in a good light. So I think our girls obviously did that, going 5-0 and really playing some good competition. We had some D1 commits we were playing. I mean, we were playing some really good talent out there, and they were able to just brag about our program and leave that weekend feeling good about themselves, and I think that really sparked the turnaround for the fall.
You talked about the makeup of this team with the returners and the new faces. I remember I would run into you time and time again throughout the fall, and you'd say, man, making a lineup for this team is so hard because of the talent level from top to bottom. And it's honestly, it's a really good problem to have with really great talent that can step up at any given time. But to deal with that problem, and we saw different lineups throughout the fall. What was the ultimate thing that happened for this team that really kind of helped shape what that might look like as we head into January?
I think it was all about when a player was given the opportunity of they were stepping up to the plate, both literally and figuratively. I know, especially in the outfield, we have been battling all fall because we have so many talented outfielders and only 3 spots to fill. And it was sometimes where you'd put someone in there and they'd just be hot for 5 games and you can't take them out. And then if she starts to struggle, the next girl goes in there and doesn't miss a beat. And I think that's what's so special about this group is that when we are struggling, you have someone ready to take over right behind them, and that's what keeps us competitive. Is you have that depth, you have that competition in practice, knowing that you're competing for your spot, but also when someone does step into your role, that they're going to be your biggest cheerleader as well.
Talked about the returners, and maybe not as many as compared to the new faces, but out of this returning sophomore squads, some of these young women are some of the best to ever put on an NPC softball uniform. So you have that going for you coming into this, multiple records and the historic things they did last season. How have they grown as leaders this fall, whether it is just teaching the Nighthawk culture to the newcomers, or maybe just, helping them grow as athletes getting prepared to play junior college softball?
Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the biggest things I'm proud of this year is just how our returning sophomores have really stepped up and kind of shown the newbies, this is how we do things here. So these sophomores, and I hand it to them, they've been through it. They've been through a different coach that recruited them. They came into their freshman year expecting one thing. They had a new coach. They had to get used to how I was. And then this year is completely different than last year. I kind of told them, hey, last year we were kind of thrown into the fire. We had to get through the year. We didn't get a full fall. We're getting our full fall this year. We have a throwing progression. We have a weight, strength, and conditioning program. I mean, even from last year to this year, they're experiencing things for the first time as well as our freshmen. So I think a combination of them having played for me last year and then being able to bond with the freshmen of going through this strength and conditioning program for the first time and all of the new things we're bringing to the program has really allowed them to be not only leaders but people that these newcomers can lean on for support as well.
And it does kind of look like that your teammates are really challenging one another to be the best that they can be. I'm at the gym all the time for various reasons, and I always see your team out there in the batting cage or in the weight room growing, getting better, getting stronger. And it's not just on the field or off the field, it's in the classroom as well. I know that you are a very big proponent of high GPA. You strive to have the highest GPA out of any of the athletic programs here at NPC. And what can you tell me about how these student athletes are also leading in the classroom?
I think one of the greatest moments this fall is when some of my returning sophomore leaders came to the coaching staff and said, hey, Coach, we want to bring to your attention that a lot of the girls feel like we could really use designated study hall hours a little bit more. And so we actually rearranged our entire fall practice schedule to include study hall every single week, and that ended up yielding our highest GPA that we've ever had. And I applaud them because they know how important academics is to this program. They're making it a priority and they're bringing it to our attention that they want to make it a priority as well.
So now that the fall schedule is in the books, everybody's kind of on break. Maybe it's the calm before the storm, I don't know. But what do you feel like you learned from this team over the past few months?
I think I learned how big our hearts are. It would have been easy having that rockier start to the fall to just say, well, maybe we're just not going to be that great this year. But instead of doing that, we pivoted and we beat a Division II team. We beat almost every JUCO we played this fall, Division I, Division II. We put 20-plus runs on some 4-year programs, and I think it's just the no-quit attitude that they have, the heart, this is a really special group.
We talked about the success of last year's squad, and you were a game away from playing in that Region 2 championship game. I know that's always a goal for this team, and that may still be the biggest goal for this team. But what are some of the other things that you have this team working toward, your expectations, your goals for the upcoming season?
A unique thing about this year is we're actually going to play host to not only the region tournament, but the district tournament. So the bid to the World Series will actually run through Hot Springs, which is why our team motto this year has been Protect Our Turf, because literally the bid to the World Series will be given on our home field. So who else do we want that to go to besides us? Being able to get that national berth on our field there would be no feeling like it.
Yeah, what an incredible opportunity that would be. And you can tell by the work that your team is putting in October, November, December, that they're ready for that come May and possibly even into June as well. Coach, you can't get it done alone. Of course, reigning coach of the year, of course, a high honor for you in your first season with NPC, but you haven't done it alone. You've got a great staff there helping you and helping this team grow. What can you say about the village that it takes to find the success that you found?
I think that the reason we are so successful, had such a successful fall, are going to do such great things this year is because of the staff that I was able to bring on. Dory Cormier is my assistant coach, and I cannot say enough great things about her work ethic and just everything she brings to this program. She serves as our program's pitching coach. She has them doing incredible workouts, helping them mechanically, helping the mental side of the game as well. She's also led our strength and conditioning program, so something we didn't have last year. We're actually lifting weights in a programmed setting, building towards a goal when we get into the weight room. And then on the other side of it, she's brought leadership training to the table as well. So we're not only helping you academically and on the field, now we have the just helping you grow as a person aspect of it. And I think just everything she's brought to this program, I just can't say enough good things about that. And then we've also returned Desiree Soto, a former player, has decided to come back as a student assistant. So really seeing how she has embraced her role on the coaching side and matured. And she's been on several recruiting trips with us and visits and just kind of see what the other side of things look like. And she's been a tremendous help as well. And then my other volunteer assistant, who we will not be having back in the spring because she has graduated from her internship, is on to bigger and better things. But Courtney Carlton was able to be on our staff this fall, and just the bond that she had with the girls, she always brought a bright smile and a helpful attitude to our staff. So like I said, can't say enough good things about the staff that I have.
Coach, there are so many things to be excited for this season, whether it's hosting the region and district tournament, another tournament on the rocks for March, the records that are most likely going to fall very quickly into this season, and of course the growth of your student athletes. And this program, the season begins January 27th. NPC plays host to Connors State College, and you can follow Nighthawks softball online on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And full schedules will be available at np.edu/athletics. Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck to you this season, and get 'em Hawks.
Thanks, Mark.
For Coach Autumn Wyatt, I'm Mark Oliver. This is Nighthawks softball on the Nighthawk Network.